Hi, Julie here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a beaded Christmas wreath made with paper beads, glass beads, e-beads, and they're twisted on wire and shaped into a wreath, and then a little tiny red bow is attached to the top. And what you're going to need is the instructions, of course, and you can get these instructions from my website at paperbeadcrafts.com. And it has all the list of materials that you're going to need and the tools you're going to need. And basically what this tutorial is about is how to make the wreath, not the beads. A little note about the beads: the red ones are cut from red copy paper. And what I did to make my beads is I cut this in half and then layered it. Actually, I cut it in half long ways, so I would have 11-inch long strips. And then I cut this in half and layered it and cut them into strips that were 1/4 inch at one end and 1/16 inch at the other end. And I basically cut all that I could from a sheet of paper. I needed to make a dozen of these wreaths, so I ended up cutting I think it was 2 or 3 sheets of the red copy paper to get my little red berries. And for these little green beads, the paper beads that are here, those were also 1/4 inch, but I didn't use copy paper. I actually recycled some paper. On this sheet of paper here, I have an image of what I got these wrappers from. It's Bubble Mailers, the Duck brand, and they happen to have a green wrapper. And they come in different sizes. And this one here is the little tiny 4x7 inch envelope. You can get 10 in a package. These are available at Walmart. This is what I used for most of the beads. And again, you do 1/4 inch at one end, 1/16 inch at the other. And then also the 6x9 paper envelopes as well have these cushioned, you know, the bubble mailer wrappers that are a little bit bigger. And I love the different shades of green. I thought that would be perfect for the wreath. And then they also come in the larger sizes as well, the 8.5 by 11 size envelopes. And so those labels are, actually this one's 10 by 15, so this label is actually a little bit bigger. And either one of these will work just fine. The colors are great. Oh yeah, this one's 6 by 9. So basically that's what you're looking for, is different shades of green. You don't have to use this paper, but I like to recycle whenever I can. Just use whatever paper you want. It can be copy paper, but this is a little bit thicker than copy paper. So I think maybe cardstock might be a good idea. But these beads ended up almost perfectly round in some cases. So I thought that would work out pretty well. Okay, what else you're going to need is you're going to need various shades of green 6mm round beads. This is kind of like an army green. This one is more of a forest green. And this one here is kind of a shiny, it's got a metallic finish to it. And basically what I did is I put them on the strands of wire randomly in a specific order. And then I also used size 6 seed beads, or e-beads. These are the silver lined clear ones. And so I thought those would look good in the wreath as well, to give it a little bit of sparkle. You can use whatever you want. The wire is going to be 24 gauge. That's what you're going to use. And the instructions tell you in what order to string them on. This wreath has a bow that's made with velvet, and I got these from the Dollar Tree. And they come in a package of 18. I think you can get these on Walmart as well, but hey, I paid $1 for 18 of them. And they're 2.5 inches wide, 3 inches high, and they're perfect for this little wreath ornament. So they come in a package like this. One thing about these bows, when you take them off the package, they have like a gold twist tie on the back, and if you look carefully, they're not really twisted together. You want to twist them a little bit, 2 or 3 times before you take them off the cardboard here. So I'll be using that one for the wreath that I'm making. And I'm going to try to make this be a very quick video so you get the gist of everything that you need to do. This is what the beads look like once I have them all made and glazed. They actually look pretty good. Some of the beads in here are not made with that bubble wrap, the bubble wrap wrappers. It's actually green scrapbook paper or copy paper that I had made into beads a long time ago. So since they were green, I threw those in there. So you can be random about your beads. After all, when you make a wreath, it's pretty random. Mother Nature, you know, is random. And here's the 24 gauge wire I used for these. Got this at Walmart. It's nothing special. It was in the craft department over in the children's section of the craft department. You're going to need wire cutters. And you're going to need needle nose pliers to make these. And one more thing about the red beads. See, these are the ones that they were made with 1/4 inch strips by 11 by 16th. And the thing is with those is by the time they're done being all rolled up and glazed, they're actually slightly bigger, more like 8 millimeters. The berries can also be used, or you can actually use pretty little red 6 millimeter or 8 millimeter, but these are 6 millimeter round clear beads also instead of the paper beads if you want to. I just didn't have enough of these to warrant using them for all of my wreaths, but I did use them for a lot. Like this one here is actually made with the 6 millimeter glass red clear beads. And it looks pretty good. It adds sparkle. And the little teeny tiny beads, they're not E-beads. They're actually very small, I think green jade type stone beads. They're actually made out of stone. And those are 4 millimeter. So you can use 4 millimeter beads for this project as well. And for the ornament hanger, you've seen this before. I use my paper clips. And these are plastic coated. And I just fold them out and curl them up. You saw them, I made some in one of my other videos, so you can take a look at that. And I make them ahead of time so that I have some. And this is what they look like. The top part's left alone. The bottom part is folded out and curled up. Okay, so what I wanted to show you next is actually what you're going to do to assemble or string your beads on. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to cut about 30 inches of your wire. 26 to 30 inches is fine. And you're going to string on all of your beads in this order. You want to start with a bead topper, a bead stopper, about 6 inches or so from the end, because you need that for twisting later on. And this is the end that I actually started with. You start with the small bead. I have the order written down on the piece of paper of how you're going to do this. But to clear it up with the video, I thought I'd do the video and clear it up for you. Basically what you're doing is you're putting an E bead, a 6 millimeter bead, a paper bead, an E bead, a 6 millimeter bead, a paper bead, and then a berry bead. You know, it's your red bead. So you're going to end up with 2 paper beads side by side. And then you're going to repeat that 2 more times in this first section. And then you're going to repeat the E bead, the 6 millimeter bead, paper bead twice more. And then you're going to put one of these mini binder clips on the wire, because you want this to be able to move, but you do need that space in between, and I'll show you why in a few minutes. And so you're just going to do this whole section right here 2 more times. So you've got the second clip here, and then you have the final stopper over here. So with that all done, this is what it looks like. That's what you want. 3 sections of repeated beads. And if you do it randomly, it might work, but this is the way I've been doing it for this particular wreath pattern. Okay, so the next step is you want to turn it into this shape. So what you do there, you leave the stoppers in place and you remove one of the binder clips. and I just lost my space. So I'm going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep that space intact. Get your needle nose pliers, put them in the middle between those two beads, and fold it. And then you're going to twist this around 3 times. 1, 2, 3 to form a loop. And you're going to do that with the other binder clip. You're going to take the binder clip off, pick up your needle nose pliers, go in between the two beads, and twist. 1, 2, 3. So that way you have 2 spots with a twisted loop. Okay, the next step is you're going to take the binder clips off of the ends, one at a time, not binder clips, bead stoppers. You want to use something that's actually going to stay on the wire. You can use a piece of tape, you can use bead stoppers, maybe one of those little small clothespins might work. Not sure if this will work. You can try it, but you basically need it to stop as a bead stopper and not move. Okay, so the next step is to go ahead and bend this, maybe with your needle nose pliers, bend it so the beads can't go anywhere. And you're going to run this end through, you're going to skip the first loop and you're going to insert it through here because you're basically folding this in thirds like this. So that way you have it in thirds. See, in thirds like this. Alright, so you're going to put this through here and try not to twist it like I just did. Pull that through the loop and tighten it. And kind of pull it down for now. And you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. You're going to take the stopper off and bring the wire through that loop, being careful not to twist it, and bring it up tight. Make it really, really, really tight. Alright, so the next step is you want to secure those so that they're not going to go anywhere. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the end of this wire and bring it through that loop one more time. And if you have to pull it away just to get it started, do that. But then pull it back tight again. And just be careful not to twist it. You just want to make sure that you lock the wire in place. And you're going to do that on both sides. You basically want to lock this wire in place. This is why I want you to use the 24 gauge wire. I actually didn't have this problem before. It's probably because I'm doing it on a video and trying to hurry. Okay, so bring that through, and that locks everything in place. It's not going anywhere. And then just tug on both sides, tighten it up, and then what you're going to do at this point is you're going to twist. Twist it up. You can probably try 20 gauge wire, 22 gauge wire, but I would think it would be kind of stiff to work with. So just keep on twisting, and once you have it sufficiently twisted, go ahead and bring it around into a circle. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your ends of your wire back through each of the 2 loops on both sides, going in opposite directions. Alright, and then this one goes through here. Try not to let it go. Okay, and pull for all you're worth. And you can shape it when you're completely done. Then the next step is you want to twist it like this. To get this, what you're doing is you're getting this long twisted piece. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to twist it onto itself. And go all the way up. Just keep twisting until you have that. And then the next step is go ahead and kind of shape it the way you want to. Take your needle nose pliers and go up about 1/8 of an inch away from the top of your wreath, and maybe basically what you want to do is you want to figure out how big you want your loop to be and put the wire there of, you know, the size that you want. So I'm going to make mine just a little bit bigger, and you're basically doing a wrapped loop with this. So you're going to bring it all the way around and bring it up and then twist. Go around the stem, that 1/8 inch stem. Do that 2 or 3 times and that should be enough. Well, 3 or 4 times actually. And that should be enough, and then you can trim off the back side because you've got enough. And try to get it as close as you possibly can. And if you need to, kind of push it down. Actually, this looks pretty good. Okay, so the next step here is your ornament is basically done, except you need to add your bow and your ornament hanger. So I'm going to add my ornament hanger first, so that way I know what side the bow gets to go on. Because what I like to do is when I'm right-handed and I put my ornaments on my tree this way so that the hook is facing to my left, and so I make sure that the bow is on the front. What determines the front is the fact that this hook is on the left, so that it can hang on the tree like this. It's just a personal preference. It really doesn't matter how you do it, but that's the way I like to do it. So I'm going to put the ornament hanger on first. And the way the ornament hangers get put on is you just pass the upper part through and bring it around. And if it's closed, just open it up a little bit and bring it down and finish closing it. So that way it won't come off. See, now either side can be the front. And then you can put your bow on. And I've already grabbed a bow. What did I do with it? Where did my bow go? You know what? I guess I'm going to have to grab another one. That's okay. I've got a couple more to make. So like I said before, in order to... Yeah, this one's not twisted, so you want to do that 2 or 3 times before you pull it off. Just like that. Alright, so you've got this little bow here. It's twisted 2 or 3 times. Just open that up and make sure it's going up and down. And you're going to make sure that you don't want to wrap the twist tie around this section. You actually want it to go around this way. And so this is the way I'm going to do it. Make sure that's going in the right direction. I'm going to pull that through the bottom and over the top. Bring it together. And I twist in the back. Twist the whole thing 3 or 4 times. 4 or 5 times, however you need. Okay, and then you're going to cut off the excess. Okay, that is it. And then you know, since this is made with wire, it can be repositioned. Not a big deal. So you just position it how you need it, and that wreath is done. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, go ahead and put them in the comments below. And if you like my videos and want to see more of them, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I don't have a template that goes with this particular project because it's just using one type of strip. It's a 1/4 inch at one end, 11 inches long, and 1/16 inch at the narrow end. If you use copy paper, it probably doesn't need to be as long as the 11 inches. It could probably be half that or 8.5. But the point is it needs to be 1/4 inch at one end, 1/16 at the other. And if you're using copy paper 11 inches long. All right, so until next time, I hope you enjoy this video, and if you want to see more of them, go ahead, like I said, hit the subscribe button and leave your comments in the comments below, and I'll provide a link to this project sheet in the description, and it will lead to my website at paperbeadcrafts.com. The template for the 1/4 inch strips is not free, but it's available at Etsy through my website at paperbeadcrafts.com. And until next time, have a great day, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.